The format for today is initially our goal is to set out what is the issue that we're concerned about and look at it from a personal and a systemic perspective. Where are we now? What initiatives have been undertaken? Why have they not succeeded? And where can we go? What are models that we can look to learn from that are taking place in other jurisdictions to save lives and improve quality of life? So I would like to, at this stage, welcome Clarence Dennis, who is a longtime community activist who works with homeless populations in the streets of Vancouver and who knows very well the challenges faced by people who are addicted to alcohol in the streets of Vancouver. And I'd like to invite him to provide his talk this morning on the issues faced by this population. Clarence?
Whoa, it's amazing to see all of you here. I'm a homeless person, and I've been for 6 years. I started out at Crab Park, and the Parks Board kicked me out of there, and I went from park to park to park, and finally ended up in Grandview Park on Commercial Drive. And there we set up a homeless nation of 43 members, all homeless. And I was unfortunately elected president of the homeless nation. And we've been struggling to get some services. Like one is a 24/7 drop-in center, because you know how cold it gets. And the shelters close really early, and they don't open till 5:30, some at 9 o'clock. And we try to get some programs going called our Listerine Gang. That's individuals who drink Listerine every day. They need help. We lost one of our homeless people last year. He was found dead in a park, and they just thought he was passed out. But when they did the autopsy, he had Listerine and crack cocaine in his system. The sobering center is really important to homeless people, really important. And I hope that each will never give up trying to arrange that. We have it here. It'll save a lot of human lives of people who need help. Another thing we're trying to set up, and we're getting some help from some people, and that's the 24/7 drop-in center. And we need other programs like addiction programs, treatment programs. And the cost of funding it is incredible. You know, it costs a lot of money to undo the damage caused by residential schools. And we really need a lot of services that I've seen up here that we've been fighting for in the homeless nation. And I talked to our members. We meet 9 o'clock at the Waldorf Hotel. It opens a beer and wine. It opens at 9 o'clock every day. You'll find that most of the homeless people, not all, are alcoholics and addicts of one sort or another. And when we meet, I was talking to them about, I didn't know that there are going to be this many people, because my son was telling me of this meeting. I'm going to tell him when I get back. And we really need your help, and I'm glad that you've committed yourself to work around the issue and get funding for it, persuading the government to undo the damage that they done. In my case, I was in residential school and raped for 8 years. I was 7 years old. And then I left at 15 to go to a juvenile detention home. And I spent the next 20 years in and out of jails, bitter and angry. And right to an armed roadblock in Cache Creek where we had 300 rifles, 300 people from residential schools and jails. And the issue there was housing. One gentleman got his house taken away. And if you know Cache Creek, it gets to be about 30 below there. It's cold. They took his 82-year-old man's house away and gave it to another person. And the point that I was making is that the people that were there at the armed roadblock were very, very bitter and very, very angry. Most of them are dead now. They passed away. I don't know how come I'm still alive, but I'm still alive. And the sobering center that I know of is the one in Victoria. I went there. It was beautiful. They treat you with respect and honor. You know, you got a face, and you're welcome there. You walk in the sobering center any time of the day. Any time of the day. And the first thing they do is take your clothes off. You have a shower, and they give you pajamas, and they give you food, and then they get a nurse that checks you up to see if you have any medical issues and you need to be helped at the hospital. I'd like to see one here in Vancouver. I'd really like to see it. And that's what I have to say on behalf of the homeless nation. Thank you.